Marion's son travelled a long road to live independently.
So he was very well, and he had got his ute and a job, and now he got the place lined up. And then it was almost too exciting for words, like applying for the mortgage because he was an apprentice.
He bought a unit with the help of the ACT government stamp duty concession scheme. After 6 months, an abrupt change.
He had a complete collapse, really, of his mental health. So, yeah, that was very hard. That was terrible. It's probably the worst time of my life, maybe.
Marion's son had to move into 24-hour supported care. With a mortgage still to be paid, the family moved a tenant into the unit, unwittingly breaching concession rules.
I have to admit, it didn't even cross our minds. We were in such a state of crisis.
The ACT Revenue Office wrote to Marion's son, telling him he owed thousands.
Providing false or misleading information is a serious offence.
It was extremely threatening, I would say, really. They use very heavy-handed manner that they have, and very legalistic, their talk.
When Marion discovered the notices, she considered appealing due to her son's situation, but feared the escalating daily interest on the debt.
It was very stressful because it's very hard to have to ask people for money out of the blue. Yeah.
Thomas thought his young family had finally broken into home ownership after years of saving and hoping.
We were asked to leave our rental, and it's incredibly difficult to find a rental as well, especially now with a son.
He used an online tool and got legal advice to check his eligibility for a stamp duty discount.
As far as I knew, we were doing everything right. So, yeah, I didn't even question that, didn't even have the thought that we were doing anything wrong.
Late last year, the Revenue Office told him they were reviewing his concession and needed sensitive personal details.
They gave us about 2 weeks to reply to that. So it was 4th December, we went on holidays on the 6th of December overseas, so it was very difficult to try and get any of that documentation ready.
Soon afterwards, Thomas got a notice to pay back $25,000 within 3 weeks or face further costs.
It was horrifying and made me angry, and I mean, no one has everyone I've spoken to is confused. I mean, I'm confused. I still don't understand how they work that out.
The Revenue Office does allow appeals, but the process can take more than 6 months, and during that time, the debts keep increasing.
Do I have to now sell the home, lose all pay that money? You know, I wouldn't be able to afford a home again if that happens.
MLA Ed Cox says these stories are not isolated.
The starkest situation was clearly someone who had been trying to escape domestic violence. People who've spoken with lawyers to try and get their assessment, people who've done the online assessment tool that the government puts out there, and they thought that they were eligible. It doesn't seem very reasonable to be chasing them like criminals when they've done everything they can to do the right thing.
Mr Cox wants a pause on the reviews. Today he moved a motion in the Legislative Assembly for a formal inquiry into the whole process. It was unanimously supported. The Revenue Commissioner declined an interview with the ABC, but in a written response said that
during COVID years, compliance activity was scaled down and staff transferred to deliver community support benefits.
the office confirmed there's been a big increase in case reviews in the past 2 years, and that in that period there was a big increase in money recouped from reviews.
I have been really distressed to hear some of the stories about the impact on people.
The Finance Minister acknowledges that many receiving the notices are frightened.
Then they receive a letter that they don't either understand or it seems like it's quite a threat. That is really concerning, and so we have been working hard with the Revenue Office to have another look at the language that they use in their correspondence.
The Minister says under ACT law, the office works independently of government and can't be instructed to change or waive debts, though some situations can be considered by the ACT Treasurer.
This does have to be a balanced approach. The vast majority of people who receive these reassessments are not eligible for the concession, and it is pretty clear. And we don't want a system that encourages everybody to request a review of that decision so that they can simply defer what they legitimately owe to the tax office.
The people caught in the Revenue Office sites just want answers.
Like, why are you doing this? Like, how do you explain your reasoning behind all this.
They should just behave like human beings and treat people in a genuine manner without acting like we're criminals.
Adam Shirley, ABC News, Canberra.